Hi, this is Mayor Warren. We're continuing our series of interviews with our directors of our departments and descriptions about how important each department in the city is. I hope you walk away with information and with context so that you're able to access any information you need and the resources in each of the departments that we present. We now have our community services department, and it is directed by Director Wendy Sykes. Wendy, welcome. Director Sykes, the Department of Community Services is one of those departments that has intensive contact with the public.
Yes.
Tell me about some of the programs that go on in your department.
Sure. So the Department of Community Services oversees health department, will consist of the health department, recreation, cultural affairs, and older adults. Our programs run the gamut from those spectrums, health and recreation, but we also assist residents of all ages. So we have the youth, we have the teenagers, young adults, and then our older adults, our senior population. Throughout the year, we run various programs, and I'll try to start by department. So in the health department, we have vital statistics where you are able to get information, documents regarding your birth, death certificates, and
If I want to get married, I go to the health department.
yes, marriage certificate.
I
So your
sign
marriage
up.
license.
Okay. And tell me about the role that the health department played so critically during COVID.
So the health department was impacted like every other health department in probably the state of New Jersey with COVID, in that we had to maintain the tracking for cases in our city. We went to do preventative education, preventative help and education to the community, what to do in terms of safety, and then how to quarantine um, if you did catch COVID. What were the next steps?
Right.
We did receive a grant that assisted us in acquiring additional staff, medical staff or clinical staff to track our cases.
Great.
And that was a big job. As they changed yearly, the additional help that we received via the grant assisted us in keeping track of those quarantine residents so that we can make sure we get emergency food pantry bags to them
Excellent.
on a weekly
Now,
basis.
where's the health department located?
So the health department is in City Hall at 29 North Day Street in Orange on the third floor.
And when I want to contact them, is there a phone number for them? Is that the phone number on the screen?
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's phone number and contact information on the screen. Please take that number down, those important and vital information that we have in our health department. Then you have health department, and then
Right.
you have
So then there's recreation.
recreation.
Right. In recreation, we offer sports programs, tennis, football, basketball, baseball. What else did we do? We had lacrosse at one point, and we try to implement these different programs as we see an interest, where there's an interest in the community. We also offer annual programs such as the mayor's annual back to school book bag giveaway, which is
Recreation also has some programs where you do tournaments, like you have a soccer tournament and baseball tournament. Tell us about that.
so. In addition to the other programs outside of sports, at the end of the games period, the practices, rehearsals, and then the games and the championships are the tournaments that we offer various times. It depends on the season, when we and the season and the type of sport. But then we do offer the tournaments for the children.
So, with respect to recreation, we have pools centrally located in town so that everyone can have access to the pools. Do you do any special programs with the pools coming up?
So this year we did receive special funding from the Department of Justice
Nice.
to teach our children in the summer camp, the Mayor's Circle of Excellence camp, how to swim. And what we noticed from that was that a lot of those children didn't meet the swim grade. They were scared of water. They didn't put their face in the water. And so we realized that there are a lot of our children who don't know how to swim. And we should be providing programs that will assist them with getting acclimated to the water and possibly learning how to swim.
Very nice. That's vitally important. I was on the swim team as a child, and it's one of the most valuable experiences that I have. Very nice. And that'll come up next year.
That's the plan for next year.
Oh,
Yes.
great. Well, we're looking forward to hearing that and the other innovative ideas that you have coming up.
Thank you.
Want to wish you well and congratulate you on having a championship baseball team that the Little League had most recently. It just went to us putting in resources. I want to thank the parents that got involved also with our kids who were playing baseball. We found across the board that sports builds character, but now we're starting to get very smart about it and use sports as an entree to get scholarships into schools. So please get your children involved. The information is up on the screen.
Especially if I could just interject,
Sure.
lacrosse.
Yes.
Lacrosse, the sport always offer good scholarships for the children as to go into college. So if they're interested in lacrosse, I would definitely pursue it, and we'll try to continue to have those types of programs, sports programs, available to our children.
Outstanding. We go from recreation to where?
Older adults.
Older adults.
Yes, our older adult division has daily programming for the seniors. We do bus runs, shopping bus runs to different grocery stores and shopping stores such as Walmart.
Now, if I'm a senior and I want to get involved in that or I want to have access to the bus, because you do medical runs as well, correct?
Yes, we do medical runs. So if you have a medical appointment in Essex County or a close surrounding of Essex County, we will get you to your appointment. We just ask for 48-hour notice.
So tell me, if I want to take advantage of the transportation opportunities that you provide for older adults, how do I do it?
Yes, so if you know that you have an appointment coming up, and it can be any kind of medical appointment, laboratory, primary physician, specialty appointment, operation, same day operation, all you have to do is give us a call. We ask for 48-hour notice, and you can call the number on the screen.
So I call that number, and then what happens?
And lovely person will answer the call, give you a confirmation, let you know what time your ride will be there, your transportation will be there, and we will bring you back, of course, from your appointment.
Very good. Very good. Is there a fee for that service, or what are the restrictions?
That service is free. The daily shopping service, bus transportation, is also free. We do transport our seniors to various, like I said, supermarkets, ShopRites, and Walmart locations.
Very good. And older adults, I know you include a plethora of programming. One that's near and dear to my heart is the senior picnic that's coming up. What date is that scheduled for?
Yes, so every year we do an mayor's annual senior picnic at the Reservoir in West Orange.
Now, other senior activities you do, I know you coordinate with some of the holidays around when you do those. Tell me about those.
We do turkey giveaways for the seniors and for, really for all of our residents around Thanksgiving time.
For the seniors, is that the special provision will actually, if they need it, that they'll be delivered?
So for the seniors, we do a special list. If they need a turkey, we will deliver turkeys to them during that.
Now,
during
once
that time.
again, how do I access that resource?
All you have to do is dial that same number that's on the screen, and but wait for the information to come out. So wait for the flyer to be announced, and then we'll start taking your information for a turkey.
And then there's also the holiday parties that they happen around December. Tell me about those.
Yes, so we do a senior holiday party. It's various locations. Once we have everything solidified, we will put out a flyer and let you know where it is. But most of the time, that's another event. We have about 200 seniors that come out. Music, food. We have Ronnie DJ there, who they love for the most part. And you're there. And we have dancing. And it's just a good time to celebrate the holidays for our seniors, something to do and get out. We also have tree lighting ceremony that we ask them to participate in, and we do provide transportation for that. That's in the beginning, usually, of December, when we light the Christmas tree in front of the library on Main Street.
Now, you've laid out a pretty decent schedule. I know you have something that happens in the spring around Easter time. I know you do
Yes.
Valentine's Day. I know you do these things throughout the year. Why is it so important to have those kind of interactions?
So it benefits the quality of life of for our seniors. It allows them to interact socially with peers, people of in their age range. Sometimes we interchange the age group. Seniors interact with some of our younger people,
Nice.
which is always educational for the younger people, beneficial for our seniors.
Right.
So it provides, just like I said, a different level of quality of life for our seniors, a different environment for them to get out of the house or just the same routine and interact.
I know that you go through some of the training, you train your staff. What are you learning about, especially during COVID? What are we learning about the consequences of isolation for our seniors who don't actually have family living with them or near them?
Depression. So depression is a big factor with regards to isolation in any form. But for our seniors who don't have family, who have lost family, or who are in some of the senior centers who live alone, that is a big issue. So we are working on assisting with workshops through some of the programs that the local hospital has
Okay.
through their behavioral health programs. And just to let them know that there are people out there, you're not alone, that there are people you can interact with so that you're not so isolated.
Very good. Now, in your role as the Director of Community Service, you also spent time heading up the task force, which included a number of departments, and it really addressed quality of life issues in neighborhoods. Explain that role you played.
Yes, so the inspection task force, we go out at various times when we're called or if there are issues within the city regarding properties. The inspection task force consists of our code enforcement officers, law enforcement, the fire inspectors, the health inspector, animal control person. I believe that's it. We go out together as a team to inspect the property, write down, note, observe any violations, speak to the owner if they're there, and devise a plan to abate whatever issues there may be.
Tell me that as the Director of Community Services, and you're dealing with this task force, I know those are usually crisis situations.
Yes,
How is it that the Director of Community Services is the head of such a task force?
because it's a quality of life issue. And we can observe and see if there are any services that we can provide, may need to bring in order to assist.
Excellent. We have senior services, we have recreation. What else is under your purview?
The last division is our Cultural Affairs Division. It's responsible for the festivals that we have in the city.
I'm sorry, I just want to interrupt you 1 second. Can we get on the screen the number and contact information for the task force for those who might use? Is that the correct number that they should contact for the task force?
Yes, it is.
If you have any information, if you have people who need these services of the task force, please call. They'll come out if their services are needed. Director Sykes is on board to make sure that people get the services they need, that we ensure good quality of life, and that whatever the issues are, that we help to abate those. I'm sorry, I just had to include it because I think it's important for us to be able to have that kind of contact information.
Yes.
So cultural affairs, that's what delivers to us the many festivals and other kind of cultural events that go on in the city.
Yes. So we have festivals, the Caribbean Festival, Latino Festival, Italian Festival. We do the farmers markets, which we have now from May through September. Excuse
Tell me how I can
me.
access the farmers market.
The farmers market is located at Military Park on Main Street every Wednesday from 12 to 6.
Okay, now, in some situations, if I'm a senior, I'm able to get a voucher. Is that correct?
So at specific times, we do collaborate with the County of Essex, who will provide vouchers for our seniors. They do have to qualify. There are some specifics. When we do have a date on when Essex County will come out to provide the vouchers, we put out a flyer for our seniors so that they know which day it is.
And if I want to get on the list, do I call once I receive that flyer?
Yes, you can call.
Okay.
We also take walk-ins. We give the time frame that the county will be there so that, they can come and sign up. We just want to make sure that you have all of the necessary information that they require, which is on the flyer.
Now, in a number of cases, since you've been the director, you've kind of instituted a kind of a help desk to help seniors review applications or fill out documents. Is that what they can do here with the to get a voucher?
Right. So if at any time any of our seniors need assistance with completing any application, be it for
Health.
utility assistance or Medicare assistance or any type of application or paperwork, we will assist them.
Oh, very nice. And I know you've collaborated with the law department and with finance and the tax office when they've had issues. Tell me how that partnership works within the city departments.
We act as a liaison for the seniors and those departments just to make sure that whatever the issue is moves smoothly, answer any questions that they may have, and get any paperwork that those departments may need from our seniors. So we want to make sure that it's seamless for them and they are not worried about the process.
Beautiful. The festivals that you mentioned, are those free? How do I get access to those? When are they
Yes,
happening?
the festivals are free. We do provide that information on our website. We do email blasts and phone blasts. So if you're interested in anything that the city is having, please make sure that you contact us so that you can be placed on the email list or the phone blast list. We also will put that information on Channel 35 and our social media sites. So at the time that the events should take place, we are advertising and we are letting the community know that this is happening in your area. Please participate.
Very nice. Transportation to those events, is that available as well?
So for our senior population, yes, we have transportation. Transportation is free, and they just need to call the number on the screen, and we will put them on the list for transportation.
Very nice. You've been director of this department for how long?
So I've been the director of community services since 2012.
Tell us about the background of Wendy Sykes. Where'd you go to school? What were your interests?
So I went to school. I graduated with a master's degree from Lincoln University, and in master's degree in human services. My education also included Uppsala College. I worked for the city of Newark for I worked under several administrations, I think a total of 11 years. And as with the health department, I oversaw mental health and substance abuse
Right.
services for the homeless population,
Very nice.
and had several years there. I also worked as the assistant director for the Hillside Community Food Bank, and we assisted over 600 agencies in northern New Jersey with food. And when I say agencies, I mean food pantries and soup kitchens.
Wow. Wow. You have done a special job focusing on veterans as well. Tell us about the program you did with veterans.
Each year, we honor our veterans on Memorial Day and on Veterans Day. Sometimes we'll have parades with an honoree. And then we also have different spots with statues throughout the city with veteran information where we'll go by as a caravan. We'll take a group of people and we will stop at each spot just to honor those individuals that have served.
That's important. And you still do the housing counseling, drug addiction counseling, and all the other health services to try to plug in with the veterans as well. Will that continue throughout your administration?
So we have a gamut of referrals for those types of services. And yes, we are particularly interested in our veterans. And we will make sure that we maintain those services or those referral services so that we can always have accurate information to provide.
If veterans want to contact you, what is the best number? Well, let's get your number. What is Wendy Sykes' number? How do we contact the director?
So my cell phone number is 973-789-1673. And my desk number is 973-952-6121.
And so we have both those numbers up on the screen, and we have Director Sykes' email address so you can have access to her. Your department takes up a good amount of real estate as well. You have the health department on the third floor.
Yes.
You have recreation located where?
On the first floor
That's in City Hall at
in
29
City
North Day
Hall.
Street.
Yes,
Yeah, North Day
North
Street.
Day Street.
And then we also have a facility that your department's responsible for, the field house at Central Park.
Right. So we have the Upper Field House at Central Playground, located. The Upper Field House is 234 Lincoln Avenue. It is one of the newer facilities in the park. We have a community room there, a community kitchen, and our emergency food pantry.
Okay. And you've been operating emergency food pantry since the onslaught of
COVID.
COVID, and you serve thousands of people. But do you still do the home visits or home deliveries for seniors if they sign up for it?
Yes. If you are homebound and you are a senior, we will deliver. We do a delivery once a week. So we'll deliver to you. You just need to call the number on the screen and we will get you a food bag.
Looking at your department and how vast it is, if you had a magic wand to make sudden improvements, where would you start?
I think that we would increase the communication and to the community. We are anticipating the reinstatement of our community coalition, where we meet once a month with community organizations, nonprofits, the Board of Education, different street associations, block associations, and make sure that we are abreast of whatever events they have going on, and we can advertise on our venues and vice versa. Another thing that I think, another thing that we would improve are some of the services and programming that we implement. It's always evolving, especially technical type programs.
Yes.
There's a Jumpstart senior program, a senior Jumpstart program for computers, where we get the seniors more integrated with using a computer, be it an iPhone, a desk computer, or the self-checkouts at the supermarket.
Oh, very nice. It looks like you have an ambitious agenda for your department. We are, of course, always here in the administration willing to work with the Department of Community Service because it's so vital to the actual existence of our residents. And so we thank you, Wendy Sykes, for all that you do across the board. I know that I've called you on many occasions about constituents' needs, referrals, and so forth, and you've always answered. So please continue in that vein, and we thank you for all that you do. There you have it. Department of Community Service Director Wendy Sykes. You have all the information on the screen. Please use it. Please use it. Please use it. We give it because it's there. Be diligent. If you don't get your call answered the first time, please do call back. We try to maintain the standard that when people call, we need to call them back immediately. Our voicemails should not be full. So if you run into any of those kinds of difficulties, you can always call 862-373-0025. Leave me a message, leave me a text message, or I may answer directly and we'll get to your problem. Once again, it's Community Affairs. I'm here with Director Sykes. Thank you.